Holy mackerel!
It's a fast spider.
It was really fast. I don't even know where it is.
Was it a big spider or just a little thing?
It was like little.
Oh, so it might be a jumping spider. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Jumping spiders, or that they're fast?
I don't even know where it went. It was just like fast. It was really fast. It like didn't move like a like how like something was fast.
Could have just been like a little fly or something.
No, it was a spider. It had
Oh.
It had like It had like a lot of legs.
Oh,
I have
okay.
no idea where it is. If I see it again and we're recording, you can listen to my battle cry as I try and kill it.
You should grab like a Kleenex or
that's
something just in case you can find it.
I'll just use my fingers.
Welcome to the Foolish Wanderers podcast.
Why must I be surrounded by fools?
Welcome, Wanderer.
I wish spiders were red, basically, because then I could see them more obviously instead of like little dark brown blobs.
Some are red.
Yeah, like those baby ones are red, and I don't get why.
Yeah, they're gross. I know. Probably because they don't want them to be eaten. So then they camouflage. They send out that red color. Because then that's like a warning color. That's why like poisonous frogs, different colors. Like the bright colors mean poison.
Oh yeah, to the predators and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So that's probably why they're red.
All right, shall we start, miss? I have to do my Aztec face mask.
Oh, that's right.
I'm telling you that this is a pro tip, people. If you have like bad cystic acne, adult acne, any sort of like weird blemish stuff on your face, you can put it on your hair too. But like I wouldn't. I don't know why I would. Just don't. But put it on your face. But that secret Aztec mask, like facial mask on Amazon, it's like $9. You get like a little, it's a pretty big jar. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
And then you just take like a spoonful of that and you put like you can do water, or I use that apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
But that stuff smells horrible. And for some reason people use it in cooking. I've used it in cooking maybe twice. Anyway, you just put like a splash of that apple cider vinegar in the little jar, in like a bowl with the Aztec mixture stuff powder. Mix it around. Don't use silver, like anything like metal to mix it. For some reason, it doesn't oxidize the spoon. I don't know. It just kind of ruins the magic, I guess. Not sure. I haven't done that, but that's what I've read. So I've used like, what are those, tongue depressors? Those?
Yeah, like the wooden sticks.
Yeah. Like the wooden sticks. I use that, or sometimes use my finger. But yeah, that's so classy. But yeah, you could use plastic spoon, anything plastic, but then mix it around and just put it on your face, and then keep it on for like 15-20 minutes. No longer than that, because it can really make your face like red. But it like you'll feel it like pulsate, like the mask will tighten a little bit. And you can, I'm not kidding you. When I take that thing off, I feel like all the gunk has just been like sucked out of my pores and stuff in my face.
Isn't that usually what clay does? Is like it sucks out like oils and
like
stuff.
imperfect stuff. But I'm telling you, I think my skin and stuff has looked a lot better.
Oh, nice.
I use it like once a week. I know people. When I started doing it, I did it maybe 3 times a week, 2 times a week, stuff like that.
Oh wow.
And then I just weaned myself down to like once a week. But I think it really helps, and it's cheap.
Yeah, that's the good thing about it. It works and it's cheap.
It's not like you don't have to have like a prescription or anything. You don't have to go to a dermatologist and get like a $90 or whatever. Like, start this. I gotta pull up what did I do with it? There it is. Gotta bring up the old document. Okay.
The ye old documentary about the country roadside attractions.
All right. Oh, the first one I had.
Oh,
yes. I thought it was so funny. Okay.
Should we do an intro?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Hey, Wanderers. Welcome back to the Foolish Wanderers podcast. Today, we're talking about some of the strangest roadside attractions here in America.
Here in the good old US of A.
So in case you're on your road trip down, I don't think they're all on like Route 66, but
there's some cool stuff off of Route 66. Most of it's
really
like weird abandoned little towns, but I mean, go support them, people. Go buy yourself a license plate keychain that has your name I could never find. I could never find my name on those things.
I couldn't either. The closest I could get was my nickname, which was Katie, and so I
Yeah.
had a bunch of that stuff, but none of Katrina.
I
So.
know. I had to get like Kenny.
Well, it works, right?
I've never met a Kenny in my life. I've met a few Kendras, but never a Kenny.
I
So.
don't think I have either. Unless it's a nickname. I don't think it's like
Uh-huh.
ever been a full name.
I know.
Maybe that's why they just have that one, because it's like, it's your nickname, it's fine.
Yeah, I guess. I'd like to have my full legal name, but it's fine.
Yeah, that once in a lifetime,
That I'm just doomed to walk the earth with a license plate keychain that says Kenny.
Well, look out for your Christmas present. I'm gonna send you a bunch of Kendra stuff.
Thank you.
Alright, do you want me to start off with our first strange attraction?
Yes, let's do it. But first, make sure you subscribe, download our podcast, share it with your friends, family, your neighbor, your gardener. I don't know if you have a gardener. I don't, but maybe you do. Your pet. Share it with your pet. I think this would be very beneficial for like rabbits, like pet rabbits.
Oh yeah, calm
Their nerves.
Oh, yeah.
A chihuahua probably would calm their nerves too. Of those
Possibly.
little shaking leaf pets.
It's a great pastime for your next road
Yes.
trip. Download all of our episodes. We have 21 of them?
21, yeah.
22.
You
Yeah.
can listen to me talk and rant for like a whole week straight. And it's free. And it's free content. Like, it might not be quality, but it's free. So, there you go. Don't complain.
Hey, we're trying. We're getting there.
I think yeah. So, but if you guys have any constructive criticism with the quality of the podcast or ideas for podcasts or you want to shout out anything like that, you can always email us at
fwplisteners@gmail.com.
and make sure you follow us, and then you can also DM us on our Instagram.
At Foolish Wanderers Podcast.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into the first topic. Wait, is it a topic? It is. Wait, no, the first museum. The first thing. The first stop.
side attraction. First
first
stop at a
stop.
road trip. A road trip across America. Yeah, so this first stop, we're stopping way at the top state of the U.S. We're going to Alaska, the home of the Hammer Museum.
The Alaska Hammer Museum.
The Alaska Hammer Museum is the world's largest hammer collection. About 2,000 artifacts on display, and about 8,000 in storage someplace. So
Where is the someplace?
Sorry, I don't know where storage is at.
It's a secret location.
Probably off campus, yeah.
It also holds the what is that Templar Ark? What is it? The Golden Ark? The Ark of the Covenant.
That's not a hammer.
It could be used. Can anything be used as a hammer?
Not a leaf.
Not a leaf. Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
good
think
point.
a leaf.
Touche. Okay.
So
But yeah.
So the Hammer Museum is located in Haines, Alaska. It is home to over 2,000 hammers and about 8,000 more in storage. And they have hammers that crafted the pyramid of Menkaure. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I'm very sorry. And then also some that are unique to the Native Americans and Native Alaskan tools that help build America. So basically from all around the U.S. But yes, they have hammers that help with tool making, shoemaking, railroad engineering, candy smashing, and crab opening. So, and also a giant hammer, about a 24-foot giant hammer outside, in case you get lost. It's right outside.
Yeah, it's a good way marker.
There you go.
Yeah, I found that they have some hammers that date back to the Roman times.
Yeah, that's really cool. So they must get them from around the world to then ship
probably
them
from
here.
eBay.
Probably, honestly. That's probably the best place to get them.
I think so, yeah. Otherwise, I don't think they really have any hammer conferences.
Worldwide hammer conferences? You should look it up. Is that a thing?
I don't think they have a historic hammer conference.
Let me look it up. I don't think, from a brief search, I don't think they have one.
Well said.
Yeah, I don't see one.
Well, somebody's got to start it now. Okay, shall we move on to our next stop?
Yes, moving down on the road. We're taking a trip down to Florida.
We really are going out of the way. We went from Alaska to Florida. There wasn't any stops in between. We just were nope.
No, we're just taking a one-way flight. Just ended up in Florida.
Oh, no, we're driving. We're not flying.
Oh, we're driving?
We're going to do the passport stop at the border of Canada, and if they're not letting us in, we're going to sneak over.
All right.
We're not going to stop. We're going to do quick pit stops. We're going to bathe in trucker stops, the showers, and we're just going to go straight to Florida.
I've heard a lot of those are actually pretty nice.
A lot of them are. They have like cute little living room areas and they can watch movies together.
Yeah, there was a truck stop that my family used to stop on the way to visit my grandparents.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, it has like really nice like TV area and stuff.
I know it'd be hard to stay on the road that long
Oh my
and not
gosh.
watch movies with your friends.
Oh. So on our way to Homosassa, Homosassa, Florida.
I have no idea, but I think you pronounced it the best that a Midwesterner can.
Homosassa. If you're from Florida, please let us know. Please send us an email and let us know. Anyways,
It's
so
on the
this.
west. It says it's on the Florida's western coast. So
Okay, yeah, I think it's
okay.
pretty close to the ocean, right? It's pretty.
On the Homosassa River.
Well, there you go. So in the 1960s, before this island became populated with monkeys, it was just a jumble of rocks in the river that boats would run into in high tide and then cause a lot of problems. So they started building it up with rocks and sand, and then eventually put a little treehouse and a lighthouse on it. And eventually, about I think it was like 5 or 6 spider monkeys were brought to this
Yeah.
island. Yeah, and so basically they live there and have free reign.
So they're like mafia dons, and they run the whole island to them. Okay.
Yep, pretty much. It's not a very big island. It's just how much would you say? Probably like 600, 700 square feet, probably. It's not very big, but I think you can canoe up to it and like go see the monkeys. I don't know if you can go walk around or not. I think that's probably not permitted. But
So on this article, the separate article I found for the Florida's Monkey Island, it
okay.
says that the spider monkey family, they used to live on the mainland, but for decades they kind of had their own like little reign of terror, and they kept escaping, and they would bite tourists and pickpocketing and biting and poop based vandalism. So they had to go to their own little monkey Alcatraz.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
You don't play nicely on land. You get to go up to this little island. It's a pretty nice
Hmm.
island though too, honestly.
It
Like it's
looks
not.
nice. Good.
Yeah.
It looks like a nice prison, monkey prison.
I think it's right off like another resort or something too. So I read the one place that was like you could book
Hmm.
outside while you're eating brunch and watch the
Yeah,
monkeys playing.
yeah. The again, we're sorry about the pronunciation, but everything is named after this, and I have no idea why. Everything is named Homo Sassa. So the Homo Sassa Resort, you can watch them while you eat food and drink your drinks
Yeah.
safely out of the reach of their poop, of the monkey's poop.
Well, I hope so while you're
So
eating.
I guess the monkeys' names are Ralph, Ebony, Eve, and Emily.
Oh, this
That's
was only 4 of them.
I
Or is it
guess. Maybe
okay?
there's more. Maybe one died. I don't know.
Oh,
That's sad. Why did we end on one dying?
good question. Shall we move on?
Let's move on. That's so sad.
All right. Next stop, we're heading over to Indiana, home of the world's largest ball of paint.
We're putting a lot of miles on this car.
Yeah, this poor car is going to be dead by the time we're done.
The largest ball of paint. My first question is why?
Well, so Michael Carmichael, apparently, I think it was in the 1977, he had his son paint a layer of blue house paint on a baseball. And then I don't know if it was him that just kept painting over it or if his son did it for a while, but pretty much now it's just this giant ball of paint around this baseball. So it says there's over 25,000 coats, a single layer coats of paint on this ball now. And you can actually go and help paint it. You can make
Oh
an
my
appointment.
gosh.
I think he paints it 1 layer a day.
One
Still.
layer a day on there? Okay.
Yep. So then if you make an appointment, you can go and paint a layer for him. They have videos of him
Cool.
like painting layers and stuff.
It says that it's 4,200 pounds.
Yeah, it's on an industrial size hook, so it's got to be crazy
It
heavy.
is huge.
It's huge. Yeah.
It looks grotesque, but I don't even know. It's ginormous.
It looks like so there's different pictures. You can look it up and then you can see like multitude of colors of this thing, but it looks like a bumpy orange, basically. Like a bumpy lemon.
Can
Yep.
we just appreciate that this man's name is Michael Carmichael?
I mean, yes, but
I don't know. I think it's a fun Michael Carmichael.
oh, gotcha. I was like, wait, you lost me.
It's
Okay,
fun.
that makes sense. I like that last name though. It's cool.
Jeez, would you want to go? I kind of do. I wonder how long the list, like the waiting list, to paint a layer of paint on this ball
That's
is.
a good question because I don't know if you'll want to do more than 1 layer a day. So it's probably
Good
just one
point.
couple a day. You can go see it anytime. I'm pretty sure
Jeez.
it's open all day, but yeah, you can at least go look at it.
Do you think they have a gift shop?
What? Just paint samples?
I guess so. Yeah.
Just have you build your own giant ball of paint starter
Yeah, they
kit
just
with a baseball.
it's just literally like a baseball with a can of paint and that's it.
There you go. All right, next up on our road trip around the U.S.
This is
is
super meta.
this. Okay, so I was very confused when I first read this title.
It's super meta.
All right, so we're in Kansas. We are going to see the world's largest collection of the world's smallest versions of the world's largest things. So basically, this lady, Erica Nelson, she goes around the world seeing different things, like the biggest versions of things, like Stonehenge, and then I think it was like
The
Babe.
largest bottle of ketchup.
Pretty much, yeah. And then like Babe, Big Blue Ox. And then she sees these things, takes pictures of them, and then she makes little dioramas of them. And if she can, she's gone back to these giant structures and brought the little versions with her and taken pictures with them together. So she has the little dioramas she made in this museum, along with the photos of the giant things.
Now, it says that the museum is open by chance. Like there isn't like a set hours for this museum. It's just open by chance.
I think at least what I understood is like her project. So I think it started out as like her van. There's like a couple pictures here. I'll post all these pictures as well like, on Instagram so you guys can see these. I think it started off as she had like a tour bus kind of a thing going around to tour these places, and that was the museum. But then I think she was granted the building in Kansas, so that's where technically all this lives. But so I suppose as if she's there, it's open. But if she's not, then it's closed.
It says a second smaller mobile museum now travels from town to town.
Okay,
And
yeah.
then so she's like just two museums.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. That's kind of cool. I wonder how she started doing this. Like why?
I don't know. It's a good question. I can see it as like a college, like a senior project. You know, you go around, you're like, I like this thing. It sounds like a sculpture major's thesis project.
I like it. That's a good thesis if it's true.
I think it's really cool. I think it'd be definitely one of the more fun ones I've seen.
Mhm.
I think this would be fun. A lot of landmarks brought into one little space.
That would be fun. A cool little sideshow.
Yeah. Alrighty then. You ready for a bit of a rest stop?
I am.
Alright, well, we're going to Nebraska. Just down the highway, just down Highway 87, a little bit from Carhenge, there's this little attraction called Nebraska's Rest Area. Basically, it's a bunch of hay bales stacked up on top of each other, the toilet, and a rocking chair, I think it is, or like an easy chair with the hole cut out of it in the seat part.
Ew.
It's like a joke rest stop. Basically, it's out in the open, just climb up the hay bales and then sit on this toilet in the middle of the cornfield. It claims to have free Wi-Fi. Don't know if that's true or not, but there's a sign, so...
And the toilet's non-flushing. That's
Yeah,
great.
it's just like a hole in the ground.
Do you think somebody uses it? I mean, the toilet. There's a hole in the ground, so
Mhm.
okay.
At least in the hay bales, yeah. I think.
Uh,
But yeah, I'm sure someone's used it before. Like, you
That's
can't have a rest
disgusting.
area and expect no one to use it.
It's disgusting.
But apparently they changed the hay bales once they get worn out, so at least those get changed every once in a while.
Well, that's great.
I've seen a lot of different photos of this where it's like different chairs and like the toilet's in a different spot. So I think they like move stuff when they change the hay bales. So if you're gonna use it, get there as they're changing the hay bales. Otherwise, good luck to you.
How does it? I wonder if it really does have free Wi-Fi or not.
I don't think so. I think it's just a sign. Because I couldn't find an exact date, but a man by the name of Leonard L. Green started it about 20 years ago.
Okay,
So,
was it? It's like a joke. Like you just started as like.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just a joke because he used to live in a really small town. He passed
Mhm.
away, sadly, a few years ago. But I think the people in town helped keep it up. So, yeah, so it's still a thing. You can go see it.
Yeah, so don't go here if you want privacy in your privy.
No, it's just
Oh.
a big open field. You got it. The next one?
Our next stop.
Alright, so our next stop, we're going all the way to Missouri to visit the Nuclear Waste Adventure Trail.
What? It says that the largest explosive factory in America once stood on the land just south of Weldon Springs, Missouri. So this was
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, this is a plant that refined uranium for the Cold War nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
And then the site was abandoned in the late 1960s, and 20 years later when the EPA showed up, they just found this like big filthy mess. Then it's just like, what do you do with all this stuff? You've got mercury, asbestos, TNT, and radioactive uranium. Like, what do you do? So rather than haul it west into the desert, the Weldon Spring management team hit upon a new solution. They would entomb it right where it was inside a man-made mini mountain.
Yep, so basically it's just a big pile of rocks with a staircase leading to a flat top. You can go stand on it.
It just looks like a big trapezoid, right?
The top of it, or like
Yeah.
the hill?
Like the top, like it's shaped like a trapezoid from the top. If you like look down.
I don't I don't really know the shape of it, I guess, because there is like a little structure on top of it. That's like the small one that you're looking at there.
Yeah.
The one below it.
In
That's
the
just like on the
pictures?
top.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just like a big mound, like a big hill of just
And there's just
rocks.
one stair system going up and down.
Yup.
Okay, and it covers
Yup.
54 acres.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's huge.
Mhm.
I don't think I'd go there.
Yeah, I don't think I'd risk radiation poisoning just to climb to the top, but it's kind of cool.
It's cool, but I could just see this. I could just use Google Earth and get the same thing.
I wonder, could you? I haven't tried that. We should see if we can just
I'm
go on
sure
Google Earth
I'm
and
sure
just
you
find
could.
it. Probably.
So apparently, the top of this hill is really popular. It's a popular spot for bird watchers and
Yeah.
amateur astronomers.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Like go out there late at night. Be kind of creepy, but kind of cool because I'm sure there's not much light pollution around, so you see all the stars. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Eerie, I guess, but
I guess I'm not a fan of like being in the middle of an open space at night in
with
the dark.
it's just and it's a tomb for nuclear waste.
Yeah.
But so Pat and Jackie DeBro, they're married and they were former security guards at the site,
Oh,
and they said that he worked for 11 years and it's fine. He's fine. His health is fine. So
oh, there you go. So it must have
I
worked.
guess he's not. Yeah, so he's not gonna glow when he retires. So he's good.
Yeah, he still has a few years. It can still kick in.
Mhm.
Do you want to go visit it now? Now that you
No,
feel like he's safe? No.
I still don't. I still don't.
Fair enough. So moving on to our last stop here on our road trip around America, we're visiting the Hole in the Rock in Utah. Utah has a lot of really cool rock formations. In this one, there's a family, the Christensens, that decided to settle down in this rock. Basically, Albert and Gladys Christensen, and I believe they had like one or two sons. Couldn't really find an exact number, but they decided to basically make a home in the holes in this huge rock formation. So Albert set out, and I think must have been like a little alcove already, but then he chipped away and like exploded a bunch of other rooms into this rock and made a little home for them. I think it says like 14 rooms eventually when he was done. So
Yeah, 14 rooms.
yeah, so it's a pretty big house actually. This place was a well-known like diner and a watering hole, they kind of called it, for uranium miners and locals, basically anyone that wanted to escape the heat and everyday life. And then basically a pretty popular place to come hang out. It also was a speakeasy in Prohibition.
Oh, that's cool.
And, yeah, and then is known as the Blue Room for parties and dancing and drinking. And then eventually, after sadly Albert passed away in 1957, Gladys, to help make ends meet, she decided to basically make this place into like one of those niche, like kitschy tourist
Sideshows.
attractions. Yeah, pretty much. So she has, I don't know how much was there when she was still around. I think she passed away in like 1970s, somewhere in there. But now if you go there, you can find a giant plaster foot known as Bigfoot sighting. There's an art installation that looks kind of like Tesla coils in like this big fenced-in area, claiming to be a new way to style your hair with electricity. You can still go and tour the actual home, and then so I'll put some pictures of the actual home.
The pictures are super cool of
Yeah,
the interior of this hole in the rock, their house.
yeah,
I
it's
just
super cool.
I just like wonder like how do they get electricity and stuff in there?
That's a good question, actually. I don't know. I'm sure he must have like drilled out holes to kind of help
Oh
run
my
wires through it.
gosh. That's
There's a
so much
lot of work.
work.
Yeah.
It says that it took them 12 years and they removed 50,000 feet of sandstone and that the home is 5,000 square feet.
Yeah, so that's a pretty big house.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then
And they have a 65-foot chimney.
I
That
didn't see that part. Oh wow, that's really cool. And they have
Mhm.
like you can see like their little diner too that they used to have it set up.
Yeah, like the little bar. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool looking. I wonder if we still go eat there.
I don't know. Maybe if I have no idea. I'm interested.
It's like I'm not super crazy about the little kitschy, like going to see like all the little weird like Bigfoot plaster things and stuff in the front yard. But I think it'd be really cool to go tour this actual house. Like if that's possible.
I want to see the actual house.
Yeah, that's what I'd want to go for.
Mhm.
So what did you think of our little brief tour of some roadside attractions?
I liked it.
Which one do you think you'd want to go visit?
Oh man, there's so many good ones. I think honestly, I think I'd want to go to the world's largest collection of the world's smallest versions of the world's largest things, just because I love the name. I think it's just a really unique idea.
We should get like t-shirts of that.
I love it. I just like that it's a big like run-on sentence. It doesn't make any sense. You're like,
Exactly.
what did you say? What? I did find my own little fun roadside attraction I thought was fun.
What'd you find?
It's called the Chicken Farmer Rock. And it's just this rock on the side of this road in Newbury, New Hampshire that says, "Chicken farmer, I love you."
Okay.
And the story of the chicken farmer rock is as follows. At some point in the 70s or the 80s, the words chicken farmer, I love you were painted on on a rock by the side of the road in the small town of Newbury, New Hampshire. And legend holds that this was the work of a boy that was too shy to confess his crush on a girl living on a chicken farm.
Oh.
So the rock became like a local treasure and its message remained there, and it was maintained until about 15 years ago when somebody updated it and it says chicken farmer, I still love you. So that happened in 2011. And
Oh.
then the New Hampshire Department of Transportation responded to some person's complaint about the art on the rock, and they painted over it.
No. Why?
But somebody in the middle of the night painted it back. So
Okay,
it's
good.
now just like this little like tug of war where the transportation people were just paint over it, and then somebody will go back and paint the chicken farmer I love you sign back on the rock.
Oh. I wonder
I
how their
thought
love story turned out. That's
I don't
cute.
know. I thought that one was funny.
That's sad. Why would you paint over it? Like, it's nothing bad written on it,
I
right?
know,
Like,
nothing bad. I don't get it.
it's a cute little love story.
Some
Oh,
people are just stick in the muds.
why you gotta be a Karen?
Yeah.
Like, get out of here, Karen.
Did you see that Karen, the name Karen is at its all-time low since it since it began in the 1920s?
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
It's
I would
really
not.
sad. I know a Karen and she's very nice.
Yeah, well, it's like it's yeah. So it's sad because the actual if your name's actually Karen, chances are you're not rude and mean. It's just become a
It's
really
a I know.
cliche name.
What's the male version of Karen? Is it Kevin
Ah,
or is it Chad? Because I've heard it like
oh, I've heard
the
Chad.
Chad
Yeah,
at the gym who's like a really like a big juice head
I
Chad like
don't know if that's like rude. I think what I understood like Chaz was like yeah, like you said, like a juice, it's kind of like not the
like a
brightest. I think it
bra,
was
yeah. Like a
yeah, like a bro. Yeah,
lunkhead at the gym, yeah.
yeah. More worried about like how they like the muscle and like not
Mhm.
other people. I think that's what that is. I don't
Yeah.
know. Poor Chads.
Poor
You got
Chads too.
you got your Chads. Oh man.
Poor everyone.
I'm sorry if your name is Chad or Karen in this day and age. Oh
It's a rough
man.
life.
I don't know what the Karen equivalent is for a man. I think I said a Kevin before,
I think we've
but
said
I'm not
Kevin
sure
before.
anymore. Yeah. Let me look it up. This one just says Ken.
No.
That's a little lame. I'm sorry.
That's lazy.
That's a little lame. A little lame.
That's super lame. That's lazy.
Here's another one. Terry. It says using 70 years of baby name data, the Reddit user determined that the male equivalent to Karen is Terry. So, you're going by the data. I'm sorry, Terrys of the world, but that doesn't quite have the same gravity as Karen, in my
It really
opinion.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't for me.
This is male equivalents of this article says male Karen, Kyle, Ken, Kevin, or Steve.
Steve? How is Steve?
I don't
Steve.
know.
I don't know either.
I love how it's like all K and then Kyle, Ken, Kevin, Steve.
People,
That's
tell us
great.
what you think. What is the male equivalent of Karen?
Oh man. Unless I think it's unless like the youths of the world come like stick to one name, it's never gonna have the same gravity as Karen.
That's very true. Unless Redditors get behind it
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they gotta
and they
get a vote in there.
send Chad to the moon.
Why Chad?
I want Chad to be the equivalent for Karen. Chad.
I think it's probably the closest.
Then you can
Like
say like
this,
that. Chad.
yeah, Chad. It's
Yeah,
like
Chad. Yeah, like that.
yeah, I can kind of hear it, I guess.
Mhm.
And now, your useless fact of the day by Kendra.
Ooh, I have a fun fact.
Ooh, what is it?
Here we go. Canada is south of Detroit. Just look at
Wait,
a map.
really?
Like everybody bring up a map right now. Like go to your
Oh yeah,
Google
I guess it
Maps.
is.
Yeah, technically there Toronto and there's like a section of Canada by Detroit and it's south of Detroit. So you could go so tomorrow you could go up to one of your coworkers and you can just say, "Hey Chad, Canada is south of Detroit." And then just like walk away and just say like, just look at a map and then walk away.
He's gonna
And
look back at you and be like, "My name's not Chad."
you'll blow his mind and also insult him because you called him Chad. But
Probably, unless he doesn't know, then you're good.
hmm that one's just kind of like like a weird fact. You're like, oh, I guess it is. Like, that's really weird. Borders are super weird.
They are.
Like, as I'm looking, because I have like the Canada and the Detroit, like that part of the map, like zoomed in. I'm looking at it,
Okay.
and I'm like, man, alive, like that's part of Canada. I'm like, why is that Canada, and then over here is America.
Yeah, I don't know. Even if you look at like the states, it kind of makes you wonder how everything was kind of sectioned off.
There
Yeah.
was that TV show, I don't remember, it was like 10 years, 8 years ago, who knows? But it was on the History Channel and it was called How the States Got Their Shape.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I've only saw like an episode. I was on a flight. I don't remember where I was going, but it was on. So this is before they had like the iPads put into the seat backs of
Okay.
ch- of the seats of the plane.
Mhm.
This is when they still had those little TVs that were plastered, and they were plastered on the aisle, like the
Yeah, like it's
ceiling of the aisle.
like a
Mhm.
tour bus kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they were playing that, and I watched an episode or two. So they just talked about the borders of certain states, how they disputed between who had what and stuff like that. It was interesting. Yeah,
Hmm.
because I don't think there's a lot of rhyme or reason as to why it's that shape, unless there is.
Depends on what you learned in that one episode.
Mhm.
Do you remember what states it was?
It was maybe Kentucky and Tennessee or something. It was something in the
Okay.
South. I don't remember.
I think
I
a
just
lot of it
remember
has.
it was in the South.
Okay, so I think a lot of it has to do too with like rivers and stuff that go through it. It's like Mississippi River kind of might have had a
Well, that's
play
a good
into it.
divider, yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense because it's a huge body of water.
Mhm.
And this concludes your random fact of the day with Kendra.
Thank you so much, Wanderers, for wandering with us through the road trip to the US, stopping with us in all of our strange roadside attractions. We hope you guys enjoyed, and definitely check out our Instagram if you want to see some pictures, all these attractions that we're talking about. Anything else you want to add to?
Just have a good week.
Yeah, have a good weekend, guys. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
There's a spider. Die, you son of a. I got it. It was on my Casey Musgraves poster.
Again.
It was
It's like-
defiling her nose, her perfect coiffed nose, and I killed it with my middle finger. I like said F you and I like stabbed it with my middle finger. I was like, here's the bird, bitch. Here's the bird.
You made a home on the poster and you ruined it.
Well, it's in glass. It's like she's encased in glass. That sounds really creepy.
Yeah. It's like
Okay,
you have a museum.
just so everyone
Pull the heist like Nicolas Cage. He's trying to break it free with the glass.
Just so everyone knows, I don't have Casey Musgraves actually encased in glass like Snow White or something. I just have a poster from it's actually really cool. It's called Hat Show Print. It's in Nashville. So I
Oh,
think it's like a printmaker studio. They do
cool.
prints the old-fashioned way with,
That's cool.
yeah, since like the late 1800s.
Oh wow.
They've been doing
It's
it the
still
same
around.
way, and they're really famous for doing like country music stars posters.
Mm.
So like Johnny Cash, Dolly Parton, they've done stuff for Elvis before. They do like tour posters, and they still do. They're just famous. It's a piece of artwork because I took, I don't know how many printmaking classes in college, so it's just kind of fun to have a little piece of country music history. So, yeah. But I'm glad I killed that spider. Now I just have to remember after the podcast to go remove its carcass from the frame.
Oh, ew.
Mhm.
You didn't do that?
No, I mean, I know. Spider. It tried to defile my Casey Musgraves poster and I wasn't gonna have it.